Hi, I'm just making a quick one-take video because I really don't have time to do the editing right now. I got to go to work in about an hour. Uh, but anyway, the fall television season is upon us right now. And it's got, I basically watch things like, free television, CBS, NBC, ABC, Fox, CW. Uh, I don't have cable. My place doesn't allow dishes to be put up, so I don't have DirecTV. So I, get my 3D programming off of DirecTV. It's the best one out there for that. So I get all these television shows that are, I saw Elementary tonight. It was a pretty entertaining procedural type show, Sherlock Holmes type. And another one I watched early on this week was Neighbors, and that's been basically critically panned, and even audiences say it's the stupidest thing, even though it got pretty high ratings. And I'll probably stay with it, at least as long as it lasts. I'll probably only go for about 1, 2, 3 episodes or whatever. Bye. But that's not the reason why I do a 3D vlog, right? We tried to do a 3D vlog to try to talk about 3D programming, which there is, well, none out there. I did email a little bit while ago all the networks to see if they are planning on doing anything in 3D. And they all said no, 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 and no. And when I did my research today, it showed that CBS did have interest in doing 3D programming, but mainly 2D to 3D conversion of their current programming. That's what they've been kind of toying around with. And I see that there are independent companies that are trying to come up with 3D television shows. One thing I don't understand about this is that, if people wanted to, if the networks wanted to, they could set up sub-channels and then show 3D versions of their programming on those sub-channels. Film something in 3D. Just keep it in 3D and then show it in 2D. What's the harm in that? And it keeps people up to date on the technology. And I wish that movie companies and television companies would actually do that. Just film them in 3D, but go ahead and show them in 2D if you think it's going to wane on your popularity. I don't know. It's if they did that though, if they came up with sub channels, for option, how many people would take in those sub channels? I remember being in Idaho, all the television stations had sub channels there. We had RTV, Retro TV, this network, NBC Universal as sub channels. I come up north to Montana, and the place that I have basically has none. Their Fox is located on the sub channel of ABC, and CW is located on the sub channel of CBS. And the heck, we don't even have an NBC digital channel here, for crying out loud. So what can they do? What can networks do to try to put 3D programming on? Well, suppose they did. They have to buy the equipment, and that's probably the biggest beef. We have to buy 3D, filming equipment. It's like, is it real? Really, should that really be an issue? In keeping with the times, because if you filmed it in 3D, you show the 2D on the television set. You don't go through all these problems and licensing of the sub channels, but instead you show the programming on the net as say parallel viewing. Then people can actually go into the TVs through the computer and watch the stuff in 3D that way. And there's little cost, with the exception of buying the equipment, for the networks that way. I don't know. It's just something that's come up through my head as I'm watching all these fall 2012 premieres on television. That's it for the one take. I hope everybody has a good day, and I'll talk with you all tomorrow.